Everybody, welcome to Just Us Up North. Today we're going to talk a little bit about flint and steel. It is definitely my favorite way to start a fire, but I love ferro rods and fat wood as much as the next guy, but there's something special about flint and steel. So this is what your basic kit looks like when you get it. This came from Ben's Backwoods. You've got everything you need in here to start a fire. Your steel striker, a little bit of char cloth, directions, a flint, and some shredded jute twine. But what we're going to do today is figure out how the people of old times, like the long hunters, the traders and trappers, would have started their fire without ordering this stuff online. So as you can see, a little bit ago I did some foraging of some materials. So the first thing we're going to do is find a substitute for char cloth. I've made a lot, but I'm not going to bore you with that because there's a lot of videos out there on char cloth. So let's put this aside. What we've got here is some punk wood. This is wood that has started to rot and it's got punky, but it's dried out. So I'm gonna break some of this up and we're gonna put it in our Altoids tin here. Basically, we're gonna char this and see how well it works as a char cloth substitute, something that you could readily find outside in the wild. All right, so there it is. Little hole poked in there, and let's go to the fire and get this stuff charring. All right, we're ready to put our punk wood in the fire. I'm going to just set that on there. This really doesn't take long, maybe about 5 minutes, but we're going to watch for smoke to come out of that little hole right there, and when it's done smoking, it should be ready. It only takes about 5 minutes, so we'll get back to you couple minutes. Okay, everybody, there, as you can see, we've got a little bit of smoke coming out of the hole there, and we're just going to let that go until the smoke stops, and then our punk wood should be charred and ready. All right, we can see the gases coming out of the hole are on fire. That's usually a pretty good sign that we are just about done, and we will pull that off of there when there's no more smoke. All right, the fire has gone out, coming out of the hole, and I don't see any more smoke, so that's a sign that it's done. So we're going to grab that out of there. I'm going to flip it upside down to snuff out the hole, and while that cools, let's go get our tinder bundle ready. All right, so earlier when I was out gathering, I got some inner bark that had fell off of a dead ash tree. And this looks like it should make some pretty good bird's nest material, but it is very crumbly. So I got some outer bark to hold it. So let's crumble this up, make our bird's nest out of it. Oh, that is going to make some. All right, let's get a place set in there for our. All right, and we'll set that aside. And the only thing I'm going to use out of the kit to start the fire is the steel that came with it. This is actually a piece of local chert that I found on the nearby Lake Michigan shoreline, and I've hit it with a hammer to make a sharp edge. So as soon as our punk wood is cool, let's see if we can get a spark and get a fire going. All right, our punk wood has had time to cool off, and as you can see, it is nice and charred. Now let's see how well this takes a spark. I'm just going to leave it in there and strike my spark into the tin and pull out the one that catches, because it's really too hard to hold on top of the flint. So let's give this a try. Oh, there we go. We've got a spark. Let's put it in our bird's nest. See if we can blow this into a fire. Here we go. Here we go, a flint and steel fire from all natural scavenged materials. All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed our little project that we did here today, and until next time, be blessed.